Hello, good day and welcome. I'm Symmetry and today I'm going to solve the Flying X by Donatello 86. Now Donatello did say that this might be a little trickier than the ones I've been solving, so we'll see how it goes. You may be able to tell how hard I found it by the length of the video, which of course I don't know yet, so let's have a look. Alright, rules to start off with. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so in every row, there we go, every row, every column, and every 3x3 box, we place the digits 1 to 9 once each. Adjacent digits along a green line have a minimum difference of 5, so that's a German whispers line. Digits on an arrow sum to the digit in the bulb, so those two will sum to that one. Digits separated by a V have a sum to 5. Digits separated by a black dot have a 2 to 1 ratio, so one is going to be double the other. And then this arrow outside the grid with the number, all of the cells that fall along that arrow points to, sum to the number that's given. And digits can repeat if other rules allow. Okay, that's the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle in order to reset the timer. And let's begin. Alright, well, there's a lot of symmetry in here, so that can be useful in that if I make a deduction in one area of the grid, I might be able to make a similar deduction in a symmetrical area of the grid. So we'll probably make a good use of that, I would think, by instinct. The one thing that's very obviously not symmetrical is this 41 clue. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the average of 8 cells with a total of 41 is a little more than 5, very little more than 5. So, and that's an average Sudoku digit, so I don't think that's going to give us a whole lot of help right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a red line along there to remind me that that's there. But I suspect I'm probably not going to use that until near the end. That's just a gut feeling. Alright, what deductions can we make? Okay, I'm going to start with these X's, big X's. So, on a German whispers line, because digits have to be have a minimum difference of 5, I can't place a 5 on the German whispers line because I would have to have a 0 or less, or a 10 or more the other side of the 5. The next thing we know is that because of 5 not going on the line, digits alternate between lower than 5 and higher than 5. Because if, for example, I put a 1 here, this would have to be at least a 6 in order to get 5 apart. Now, the third thing that people often talk about is how 4 and 6s are hard to place on a German whispers line because they only have one partner. So a 4 can only partner with a 9. It's the only other digit, or the only digit that is 5 away from 4. And 6 can only partner with 1. So I can't have a 6 or a 4 here, for example, because these would all have to be 1s or 9s. But we can extend that and note that 7 can only partner with 1 or 2, and 8 can only be partnered with 1, 2, or 3. So that means, and likewise, 3 and 2 have 2 partners and 3 partners respectively. So the only 2 digits that can have 4 different neighbors that are 5 away are 1 and 9. So that means that all 4 of these are 1s and 9s, and that gives me 1 9 pairs in rows and columns. And I suspect that will be useful. Okay. Alright. We know that these are going to alternate high and low on each respective green cross, green X. What we don't know is which yet. But I'm going to use some placeholder colours. So I'm going to call that green and say I don't yet know whether green is going to be high or low, but I do know that these 4 are going to be the opposite. So we'll call those purple, or we'll colour those purple. Now this, because this is a 1 9 pair, if this is a 1, this is a 9, and if this is a 1, this is a 9. So this must be of the purple high or low variety, and then those must be green. And then likewise, this is going to be green surrounded by purples, this is going to be purple surrounded by greens. So that's green, those are all green. And these are all purple. Okay. Now, to make a 2 cells sum to 5, it has to be 1, 4, or 2, 3, which are all lower than 5. Obviously I can't use a digit higher than 5, and I can't put a 5 on there because I don't have a 0 to make it sum to 5. I usually use blue because that's a cool colour to signify lower than 5. Okay, so now, right, if purple were low, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 low digits in this column. But if green were low, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 low digits in this column. So I've got all of my low digits, regardless of whether green or purple is the low. And we know we can't put a 5 onto a gem and whispers line, so this must be a high digit. And orange is nice and warm to make that high. And then because we alternate, that's low. So we've got all of our low digits. So this one must either be a 5, which I'm going to use pink for, or high. And so must this. And likewise over here. Those are 5 or high. Okay. What do we look at next? Okay, I still don't know whether purple or green is going to be low. But I do know that one of them is. Therefore, one of these 2 cells must be from the low set, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's, for sake of argument for now, say this one is. And I can make the exact same argument over here because of the symmetry. But supposing that this is, well, it can't be 1 because I can't make those 2 cells add up to 1, and it can't be 2 because I can't make those cells add up to 2. So it must be 3 or 4. To make 3, I need a 1, 2 pair. To make 4, I need a 1, 3 pair. But I've already got a 1 in this row. Ooh. No. Here we go. In this row, I've already got my 1s because of these 1, 9 pairs. Or this 1, 9 pair, I should say. So, either this is a 3 or a 4 with a 1 on its arrow, or this is a 3 or 4 with a 1 on its arrow. So one of those 2 is a 1. Okay, what next? Let's have a look at this black dot. So, I can't, black dots come in 2 broad categories. There's the 1, 2, 4, 8 set, so 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 4 and 8, and there's 3 and 6. So this can't be 1 and 2, because if it will, well, because I've already allocated the 1 somewhere else in the box, so that's easy. 2 and 4, it can't be 2 and 4, right? If this were 2 and 4, then whichever of these is the low arrow is going to have 1 and 3 on the arrow, using up 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the box. That means that the other arrow, the minimum values on it, would be 5 and 6, which would make 11, which is too big for the sum of the arrow. So it can't be 2 and 4. So that means it's either 3 and 6 or 4 and 8. What next? Okay, let's have a look at some symmetry. Over here, one of these is going to be 3 or 4, because it can't be 1 or 2. Whichever one it is going to have a 1 on its arrow, and it can't go in one of these because of the 1-line pair. So I've got a pair of 1s there, and that means I've got a 1 in that column in the center box. All right. Well, that's an intriguing thought. Okay. Supposing green were low, where does the 1 go in this box if green is low? It can't go on those two because we've got a 1 in one of these two cells. So it must go in one of these two. And it can't go in there because that's going to be too small. That's going to be 3 or a 4 if green is low. So it must go here. And likewise, if purple is low, the 1 must go here. How on earth do I mark that? Well, yes, I think I'm going to use some unusual notation because I suspect this is going to help. So, if green were low, the only place that 1 can go in this box is here. So I'm actually going to center mark it, and we'll remember that the center marks apply, the center marks in a colored square apply if that colored square is low, or if it's a high digit, if that colored square is high. So, and likewise here. So the 1 in this box is going to, if purple is high, one's going to be, sorry, if purple is low, one's going to be here. If green is low, one's going to be here. All right, can we do the same up here? Yes, we can. Those can't be 1s, so if green is high, the 1 is going to be there. And of course, if green is low, the 1 will be there. And if green is low in this box, the 1 will be here. And if purple is low, the 1 will be here. Ooh, okay. This has this column already has a 1 in it. Doesn't matter, you know, it'll either be here or here depending on whether green or purple is the low set. This column already has a 1 in it. Again, it'll either be here or here depending on which of these colors is the low set. So where does the 1 go in here? It must go in there. Likewise, we've got a 1 in this column, we've got a 1 in this column, so we need a 1 in this column. It can't go there, can't go there, so it's got to go in one of those 3. But that's really, I like this a lot. That makes this 2 and 3, because it can't be 1 and 4 anymore, because the 1 is somewhere else in the box. So this is the remaining low digit, so that has to be a 4. and that has to be a 4, and then that has to be a 9, because as we said, 4 only has one partner. All right. Where can I look next? Okay, if purple were low, then 4 is going to be in one of these 4 cells. In fact, not that one, because we know that that's going to be a 1 if purple is low. But if green is low, where does the 4 go? It clearly can't go in one of these corner cells of the box, because they're going to be high digits. It can't go here, because that's allocated. It can't go there because of sudoku. It can't go there because that's either high or 5, so it must go there, and that would be a green cell. Yes, this has to be a green cell because it can't be a 5 because we've got a 5 either here or here, and it can't be purple, so this must be green. And likewise, this must be purple. And likewise, 4 can't go there. If purple is low, 4 can't go there, or any of these, so 4 must go there. Can we do the same up here? Yes. If green is low, so first of all, yes, that must be a green cell. That must be a purple cell. If green is low, 4 can't go there, or any of those, and it goes in there. And similarly, 4 would go there if purple is low. Now, if green is low, I've got a 4 here, which would knock the 4 out of this. And if purple is low, I've got a 4 here, which would knock the 4 out of this. Likewise for these. So if green is low, I'm going to get a 3 in the appropriate circle and in both of these circles, and if purple is low, I'll get a 3 in both of their circles on the arrows. So that means that one of these is a 3, and that means it's got to be a 1-2 pair, and we already know that the 1 is in this row, so that means I can place 2 in one of those. So I'll either have 1, 2, 3, or I'll have 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to get the same up here, so 2 is going to be one of those. And now I have a I've either got 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here, or I've got 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. So the 2 is going to be in that column in the center box. In fact, that's not going to be a 2 because I've got a 2, 3 pair in the row. So I can remove that. Okay. That can't be a 3, so that can't be a 6. I've got a 4 in this row, either way round, so that can't be a 4, so that can't be an 8. Okay. Alright, so let's, seeing as we started filling in these green and purple cells with low digits, let's see if we can finish them off. If green is low, 2 can't go here because of the 2, 3 pair, so that must be a 2. and then that must be where the 4 would go. Likewise, so that would be a 4, and that would be the 2 if the greens are low. If the purples are low, that can't be the 2, so that'll be the 4, and that would be the 2. And if purple's low, that will be the 2, and that will be the 4. Okay. So it's interesting that we can place the low digits in these corners, sort of, depending on whether green or purple is low. Where else does that help? Okay, let's do a bit of thinking. If green is high, what can this be? Now, if green is high, it can be 6, 7, 8, or 9. The ways to make up 6 are, in 2 digits to go on the arrow, are 1, 5, 2, and 2, 4. But it can't be either of those because the 1 and the 2 are going to go onto the 3 arrow. Can it be 7? Well, 1, 6 is out and 2, 5 is out for the same reasons. And 3, 4 is going to be out because then this would have no fill. So it can't be 7. So that's got to be 8 or 9. Can we do the same up here? We can knock out 6 for the same reason. 7 could still be 3, 4, I think. No, it can't. I've got a 4 either here or here. So, right, 4 is going to be in one of those 3. So it can't be 7. So this is also 8 or 9. And the same applies over here. All right. So, all right, if purple were low, where would the 3 go in this box? And I think it has to go here. But I don't know that that can only be purple. That could be blue. Sorry, that could be pink as well. It could be a 5. What's the best way to make sure I don't make an assumption here? Let me think. Or is there something else I can look at? Okay. Yes, I can do a little bit more. We've got 3 purples in this column and we've got 3 greens. So that means we need a low digit, a high digit, and a 5. So the 5 is definitely in there. Same for that. So we've got 1 low digit, 2 low digits, 3 low digits, and a 5 all accounted for. So those are high digits. Same over here. So if that is high, one of these two is going to be a 5. If that is high, one of these two is going to be a 5. Donatello, you were right. This is tricky. Where can I look next? Okay. Right, if this is 8, what's this arrow going to be? It will be, can't use 1 and 2 because they'll be on the 3 arrow. So it'd have to be 3 and 5 because it can't be 4 and 4, obviously. So 3 and 5. If it is 9, it would have to be 3 and 6. Because 4 and 5 I can't do because if green is low, then I've got a 4 here and a 4 here. And if purple is low, I've got a 4 here and a 4 here. So neither of those cells can be a 4. So that means that that has to be 2 or 3. And if that's a 2, that's going to be a 1. And if that's a 3, that's going to be a 5 or a 6, depending on if that's 8 or 9. And that's going to be the same here. That's a 2, that's a 1. If that's a 3, that's going to be a 5 or a 6. Oh, I now have a 2-3 pair in the box. So that can't be a 3, so that must be an 8. And that must be a 4. Okay. So now what? Alright, so that's not a 4. Where does the 8 go? The 8 can't go on one of these arrows because it would need a 1 with it to make its arrow circle 9. But the 1 is going on the 3 arrow. So that means that 8 can't go in any of those or there. That's a 4-8 pair. And then that is not 8. So this is a 9. And that means that either this is 1 and 2, or it's in that order, or it's a 3-6 in some order. So 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 6. By the symmetry. Let's actually remove these corner marks because it's a little cluttered. Alright. And then what are these 3 digits? So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 6 quad. We've got a 4-8 pair. These are 5, 7, and 9. That can't be a 9 and that can't be a 9 because of these 9s here. So that's a 9. That can't be a 5 because of these 5s in pink. So that's a 5. And that means that that must be 7. Okay. Let's do a little bit of colouring to help us keep track. Those are high digits. Those are definite low digits. So what do we have here? We have missing in this column 1, 2, 3, and 6. Well, 1 and 2 we know are in there. That can't be a 3 because of this 2, 3 pair, so that must be a 6. which is high. So those can't be a 6. So now either this is 1 and 2 making 3, or it's 5 and 3 making 8. So those aren't 9. Okay. So this is either either low or 5. And that makes these two high digits, and they are 7 and 9. This is a 1, 2, 3 triple. 3 can't go there, so that's a 2, 3 pair. And that's a 1. 4 and 9s I've just spotted go there. And those are all low digits. Okay, so now if 5 is not here, if this is a high digit, then where does 5 go in the box? It must go here. And if that's if that is the 5, then these two are the remaining greens. So this is either 5 or green, and this must be just green, because it can't be a 5 from this 1, 5 pair. So that is plain purple, and that is 5 or purple. Do we have the same kind of thing up here? We have it similar. These are the ones that can't be 5s, the ones in the top row. So that must be a plain purple digit. No, that's plain green. Purple digits are in the corners. That must be a purple digit. And then this is purple or 5, and this is green or 5. Okay. Right, we started thinking about where the 3 might go in this box if purple were low, and that would make that a 3, so that can't be a 3. That couldn't be a 3 because it wouldn't be low, so that would be where the 3 goes if purple is low. That's where the 3 goes if green is low. And if purple is low, then these are the 4 low digits, and that would be the 5. So that's going to be a 5 if purple is low. That's going to be the 2 if purple is low. Over here, that's going to be the 2 if green is low, and that'll be a 5. This will be a 5 if purple is low, and these will be the high digits. Yeah, that'll be the 5 if purple is low. Can we do the same up here? Right, if green is low, these are the 4 green digits. That must be the 3. That must be the 2. That would be the 5. If purple is low, that's going to be where the 5 goes, because these will be the highs. If purple is low over here, yes, that'll be the 3. That'll be the 2. And then that would be the 5. And if purple is high, That's going to be a 5. Okay. How does that help? Well, that means that one of those two is going to be a 3. So those are not 3s, and those are not 6s. So those two are low digits. That's going to be a purple digit. If this is 3, that's going to be a 1 and low. And if that's a 9, that'll be, then purple is high, and that'll be a 6 and also purple. So that's, whichever way around it is, that's going to be purple, that's going to be green. Alright. Can we start placing some high digits into these corner squares, corner boxes? So, if green is high, then these are the high digits, and the only one of those that can be a 7 is that one. If purple is high, these are the high digits, and that's where the 7 goes. If purple is high, these are the high digits, that's an 8. If green is high, these are the high digits, and that's an 8. If green is high, then those are where the 7 and 9 go, but that can't be a 9. So that's going to be the 7, and that's the 9. If purple is high, the 7 and 9 must go into these two. Right, so that's 7, and that's 9. And now, if purple is high, we've got 7, 9, and 8 allocated, so that must be a 6. And if green is high, we've got 8, 9, and 7 allocated, so that must be the 6. Let's have a look up here. If purple is high, the 9 goes there. Not sure I can do much more with that at the moment. Alright. So we've got green allocated in this box. So what about purple? What am I missing in purple? I need a 7 and an 8. Sorry, a 7 and a 6. Okay, 6 can't go there. 6 can't go there. So one of those is a 6. Likewise, one of those is a 6. Alright, yeah, top row. Where does the 6 go if green is high? We've got the 9 allocated there, the 7 allocated there. One of those is an 8. That has to be the 6. Likewise, if purple is high, that's the 6. Right. That gives me a 1, 6 pair in this column, so that can never be a 6. So if purple is high, that has to be where the 6 goes, and then that must be where the 7 goes. We've got a 1, 6 pair in this column, so that has to be, that can't be a 6, that has to be a 7, and that has to be the 6. Alright, so the bottom two corner boxes, boxes 7 and 9, are complete once we've resolved where the high and the low digits go. Can we do any more up here? Okay. I think we can do some. All right. So we've got 9 approximately located, we've got 7. So we need, for the high digits, 6 and 8. But, as we noted before, we have a 1-6 pair in this column, so that can't be a 6. So that would be where the 8 goes. That would be where the 6 goes if purple were high, and if green were high, that's going to be the 6. That's going to be the 8. And then we're looking for 7 and 8 here. And I'm not sure that we can place that yet. Okay. Well, we've filled out quite a lot of this red line, this 41 clue. So, if so we've got two options. We've got green being high or purple being high. So if purple were high, what would we get here? Those would be the high digits. That would be a 5. So 8 plus 5 is 13. If purple is high, then this would be low, so that would be a 1. That makes 14. That makes 20, and that makes 25. That's if purple's high. 41 minus 25 is 26, no, 16. 20, right. 8 plus 5 is 13. Plus 1, that's a definite 1 in this scenario. That's a definite 6. So that's 14, that's 20. And that would be 5. So that would be 25. That leaves 16, which, if that's a 9, yeah, that doesn't seem particularly impossible. Alright, if purple is low, then that's 3 and that's 5, so that's 8. If purple is low, then this is high, 8, so that would be the 5, so that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 from 41, 19, that's 22 to make 41, 22. So 9, I think the maximum that could be is an 8. Yes, because we've got a 9. So that would be 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that doesn't work. All right. So that was with the purple being low. So purple is not low, purple is high. Right. So if purple is high, those are the high digits, that's a 5. And that makes that a 5, that makes that a 5, and that makes, no, that a 5, and that a 5. So those are all 5s. And let's make them proper pink. We said purple is high, so that makes this low, so that's not a 5, that's the 5. And then these can get rid of their pink flashes. And now, if I do this right, I can select all of my greens, and they are low digits. Pretty sure that's right. Yes, so they become low, and then all my purples become high. And now I go ahead and resolve all of these, and then let's see where that takes us. 7, 4, we've got 2, 3 pair, 9. That's a 6. That's a 9. Oh, we've got a 7 in this column, so that's got to be the 8, and that's the 7. That is a 6 with a 3, 2 and 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. 6, 9, 7 and 8. 7 and 6 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 9 and 4, and that makes the 8, so that's 3 there with an 8 there. Don't know about that yet. That's the 2, that's the 1, that's the 3, 6, 9, 8 and 2. Alright. That makes that a 6, 7 pair. That makes this 1, 5 and 8, but that can't be a 1. This is a 6, 8 pair, and that is 1, 5, 7, and that can't be a 1. Okay. I think that's right so far. I hope so. Alright. So, let's have another look at this diagonal, this little killer. So, 13, 14, 20, 25, leaving 16. So if that were 7, that can't be 9, because that would make that 16 and that would blow over my 16. But if that were 7 and that were 4, that would make 11, 12, 13, 14. So that can't be a 7. So now can this be a 4? No, because I need 16. 4 plus 5 is 9. 10, 11, 12. It doesn't make enough. So that's now 9, and then 16 I need 7 for my other two digits, which have to be 2 and 5. And 5. And I think that is now going to be enough to finish off. That's a 7, that's a 1. That's 4. Makes that 8. That's 4. That's not a 5. That's not a 1. In fact, that's the 1. That makes that 6 and 7, which makes this 8 and 6. The 8 resolves the 5 and the 8. This 3 resolves the 2, the 3, the 2 and the 3. That 9 makes that 7 and 9. So I get a 7 in there. I get my missing digit in there is a 8. And then this must be where the 5 goes. I'm going to finish off the colouring. 5, that's low. All my 2s are low. Oh, all my 2s are low. I've got all my 3s. No, yep. 4s are low. 7s are high. 8s are high. 9s are high. And then that's going to be a high 6. Whew, that was really tricky. I think figuring out how to notate it, depending on whether the purple or the green was high or low, was what helped a lot. But yeah, no, that was certainly not an easy puzzle. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and being able to fill in those corner boxes with the candidates depending on whether green or purple turned out to be high or low was that was a really useful step, I think. And then yeah, just using the 41 to give enough information to determine whether green or purple was high or low, and then using the remaining candidates to resolve the last few cells. No, I really enjoyed that. That was quite a brain workout, but definitely one that I hope you gave a go. Yeah, thank you very much, Donatello. Super fun. Hopefully you tried it. It's in the description. I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning now, but the link is in the description. And yeah, have a go and let me know how you did. If you like this solve, please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I'd love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.